What's going on, everybody? This is MattDoesFitness, and some people say I'm condescending. That means I talk down to people. Okay, this is my squat highlights from week 4 of cycle 3. It is getting exciting. Low bar squats have been coming on nicely, as you would have seen last week, and this was kind of more of the same. Admittedly, I didn't feel as sharp this week. Obviously, the heavy work is starting to catch up with me, as it does kind of at the midpoint and towards the end of the cycle. But I still got some PRs, rep PRs all over the place, and I can't be anything but pleased with my progress. So, this is the first session. The session was 5 sets of 3 at 185 kilos, which is 408 pounds. This was probably a couple of months ago, my PR, and I was delighted to get that for a single, for a PR. Now doing it for 5 sets of 3, and I felt like I had more there. I know I've got more there for this session, but I'm obviously trying to build it up gradually so that I have stuff left in me towards the end of the cycle. I mean, yeah, low bar wise, everything is falling into place. Whereas before, I felt like I was misgrooving quite a lot. I was off balance. Now, pretty much, I'd say probably maybe 1 in 3, maybe 1 in 4 reps. I feel like I've gone a little bit too far forward. I'm a little bit kind of misgrooved, but generally speaking, most of my reps feel really solid. And again, probably 1 in 3, I hit it and it feels ridiculously easy. So if I can start consistently hitting that position, then I think I've got a lot more to put on my squat. And you can probably tell from my voice that I'm very excited about that. Yeah, I mean, the knee sleeves as well, I've said about it previously, the knee sleeves definitely have helped. The two obviously biggest contributing factors towards my recent squat kind of big gains are the change to low bar squat and the knee sleeves. The introduction of the knee sleeves has made a big difference. I feel a lot, my knees feel a lot more secure, particularly now as it's getting colder. My knees feel really warm. Yeah, they just feel really solid. At the bottom of the squat, I'm getting a really good stretch reflex, and then in terms of the low bar, the position on my back now feels perfectly comfortable. It feels like I've always done it. I actually the other day tried just to put the bar on my back with high bar, and it felt really uncomfortable, which is funny because I've been doing that for about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. But yeah, low bar now feels completely comfortable. It feels like I've been doing it forever. One issue I have a little bit is that I've noticed when I film from behind me, and people have told me, I'm sitting the bar too high on the left hand side, so the left hand side of the bar is up in the air, it's kind of angled upwards compared to the right, so I'm trying to correct that, but I think it's basically a case of just sitting the bar a little bit lower on the left side of my back, or possibly maybe my left shoulder's a bit tighter and holding it a bit higher, I don't know, but when I make a conscious effort to change that, it seems to be okay. Yeah, I mean, the other kind of plus from the low bar, as well as the bar position, the fact that I'm feeling a lot stronger, I feel like I don't have to drop so deep to get that stretch reflex. Whereas my high bar, my bum was getting near the floor. With the low bar, I'm still going as deep as I can go, but it doesn't, obviously where I'm going forwards a bit more, it doesn't feel like it's as deep, and so I guess that's making it easier for me to get that reflex, to get that bounce, and as I get more and more confidence, I should be able to drop a little bit faster and get a little bit more out of that. But yeah, 5 sets of 3, hit that. I felt pretty fresh, to be fair, after that, which was surprising, and I'm obviously very happy with that. Then moving on, I did some front squats, 3 sets of 5 at 120 kilos, 264 pounds. Obviously very light. I kept my sleeves on for this, took the belt off, and it felt really easy. I've said it before, for the next, or for the rest of this cycle at least, I'm going to just drop pause squats and just do front squats as my squat accessory for both sessions, because I believe they're more beneficial for me. But yeah, they're starting to come on really nicely. I feel more comfortable now. I feel less like the bar's just going to kind of drop off me, and so obviously that's a good thing. And the more I do those, I believe the more it's going to cross over to my actual squat. Accessory work wise for this session, I then did some bent over rows with a wide grip, focusing on engaging my lats to the max. Obviously pulling back from the elbows is integral there. I then did some wide grip pull-ups after the bent over rows, which was a terrible mistake because they sucked. I did 3 sets of, I think I only managed about 13 or 14, and then down to about probably 11, 12 maybe, then down to about probably 8 or 9. Pretty pathetically embarrassing. Look at that guy there, he's ashamed, as was I. And I finished that particular session with some machine preacher curls. I kind of bitch about the stuff in the gym. I do like this machine. It's just frustrating because the arm holding there is slightly bent, so I have to kind of sit a bit at an angle to kind of correct that. But it is quite a useful machine, and obviously it's easy just kind of changing the plates over, as opposed to on a W bar having to keep putting them on, putting them off, putting the collars on. etc. I'm all for easy ways out. I did 3 sets of about 12ish there, just dropping the weight down. And that, my friends, was my first session. Moving on. So this is the second session of the week, and it was kind of like an exaggeration of the first. In that I felt tired, I felt drained, I wasn't particularly confident going into the session. But then I should have been, because like I said, my low bar is taking off right now. I went for 5 sets of 5 at 182.5 kilos, 402 pounds, which, again, I mean, if a month ago you told me I was going to be doing this session, I would have said you were out of your mind. But I got it. I mean, I didn't get all 5 sets of 5. I got 4 sets. I possibly could have got a 5th, but by the 4th I was getting tired, and I thought, you know, this is where my form is going to start to break down. Didn't want to risk getting an injury, and 4 sets of 5, to be fair, is enough work in my book, particularly as I've been working really hard recently, so I left it there. Here's my second set. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, a Friday is always a bit of a struggle because it's the end of the week. I've had a long week, obviously work and stuff, and obviously it's kind of the culmination of all my sessions. But considering I didn't feel good, I felt a little bit crappy. I've got to take that because, again, it's another rep and set PR. It's another weight that was my max not too long ago, and I'm now doing it for sets of 5. And like I said, I'm kind of, you know, I'm in heavy training now. I'm not feeling fresh, so when I am fresh, when I am deloaded, I am pretty friggin' excited about what I have there for a single. And I am tempted to test that before I go into my competition, purely because, well, for 2 reasons really. Firstly, because, let's face it, it's really fun to do PRs, and secondly, because I believe I'm capable of doing more than my max was 441 pounds. I'm almost certain I've got more than that now. Hopefully considerably more than that based on these sessions. And obviously it will be nice to firstly do that so I know what it feels like, and kind of have that confidence of having it under my belt, and B, just to go into the competition knowing that I've got that, and so I can then obviously set my starting weights. You know, I don't want to go in there and squat really light and waste my time. So yeah, it will be handy just to do that so I know I've got it, and then I can then readjust my my weights, which, to be fair, I haven't even thought about yet. Okay, so that was 3 sets. Here is number 4. This is where I started to feel pretty friggin' tired. I always find the 4th set out of 5 is the worst because it's kind of like a nothing set. Like 1, 2, 3, kind of riding that wave of starting. 4, it's just like nothing. And then when that's done, then you're on to the 5th one. It's the last one, and who cares? Even if you ruin, you can just get that done. So yeah, you see here. I mean, to be fair, what I'm finding is my squats always feel harder than they look. So these felt like really big grinders, but to be fair, they look pretty good. Not, you know, not brilliant, not as good as the earlier sets, but still pretty solid. Just stuff like my knees were kind of coming in a bit. I was kind of twisting occasionally, so I thought, you see there, I kind of struggling just to re-rack the bar. So I thought I'd be sensible, which I don't always do, and I would leave it there. So after those 2 rep and set PRs, I thought, why not go for another one? So I put 140 kilos, 309 pounds on the bar, which is light compared to what I've just been doing, but this is the most I've ever front squatted. I did this, I think I tested it a couple of months ago, and I got this for a single. Well, here I did it for 3 sets of 2, and the first set felt pretty easy. You see that came up really easy. So I reckon I've got quite a lot more on a front squat for a single, which I'll try and test at some point. I'll be interested to see what I can get, but I would imagine with that, the limiting factor is still going to be that position, you know, the bar position on me, because when it gets heavier, I feel like it's pulling me forwards. But overall, I'm delighted with that session. I'm delighted with that week, because that is, like I said, 3 big rep PRs. And you've got to take that. Okay, accessory work-wise for the second session, I did some T-bar rows. I used to do these all the time. I haven't done them so much recently, but I like them, so I did them. 3 sets of 12ish, pretty heavy there. It's 4 plates. Kept my sleeves and my shoes on because I couldn't be bothered to remove them. Side note, those sleeves, I wear them for about an hour for the duration of my squats. By the time I take them off, they're always ridiculously sweaty. And then the big dogs, I pulled out some alternate dumbbell arm curls with some supination. These are 25 kilo dumbbells, which is 55 pounds, which is the heaviest I think I've ever curled. I could probably do more if I really wanted to, but I didn't. And that, my friends, was my session, and that was my week. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, as always, and I will see you tomorrow.